Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Peace, love, and positivity to you. My name is Sohum, and today I'll be reacting to Elton John. And to be honest, this is a name that I'm very familiar with, but when I think in my mind of all the Elton John songs I know, it's not that many. I think I've listened to him probably 5 to 10 times in my life in total, and I probably remember half of those songs. And to be honest, the context in which I know Elton John the most is when he works behind the scenes as a songwriter for other artists. But he is one of the most famous musicians out there. His songwriting abilities, I mean, the number of record sales he has speaks for itself. It's important that we listen to some Elton John on the channel. So I'm super excited to be doing that today. But before we jump in here, a huge thank you goes to Mark, who made this request. Now, let's jump into it.
Some punk with a shotgun killed young Danny Bailey in cold blood in
Jesus,
the
that
lobby
hit.
of a downtown motel. Killed him in anger, a force he couldn't handle. Helped pull the trigger that cut short his life. And there's not many knew him the way that we did. Sure enough, he was a wild one, but then on those hungry kids.
Oh my god. What an immediate vibe.
Now it's all over Danny Bailey, and the harvest is in. Dylan just dead. Oh, I guess the cops won again. Now it's all over Danny Bailey.
Those are forceful hits.
And the harvest is in. We're
Jesus, man. Just because... Okay, hold on. I don't know how to say this. But just because it's top of mind right now, I just did a Stevie Wonder reaction earlier today. I'm reminded a bit of Stevie Wonder in terms of the vocal style, where he's able to kind of throw his voice up. I'm also reminded a bit of David Bowie in terms of arrangement, and a bit in the voice too. And lastly, a bit of Billy Joel. And those are some good names to be compared to draw references from. God, that last minute and a half was such a whirlwind because so much happened. The dynamics too, things got really loud. A lot of unique textures in there, but it was like an overwhelming wall of sound for me at first. But really, really catchy.
harvest is in. We're running short of heroes back up here in the hills.
Oh my
Without
god.
Danny Bailey, we're gonna have to break up our stills. So mark his grave well, 'cause Kentucky loved him.
Trying to understand the story.
Born and raised a proper, I guess life just bugged him, and he found faith in danger, a lifestyle he lived by, a running gun youngster in a sad, restless age. Now it's all over Danny Bailey, and the harvest is in. Dylan just dead. Oh, I guess the cops won again. Now it's all over Danny Bailey, and the harvest is in.
Dude, there's so much going on. This is crazy. And apparently, too, the songs requested today are some of Elton John's I don't know, deeper cuts is correct, but some of his like less famous songs, this is so much for a song that isn't that famous comparatively. Just wow.
The harvest is in.
Oh my god. Dude, I feel like my brain is fried right now. What a dynamic arrangement. Is that like how every Elton John song goes? Because every single moment was chock full of everything, pretty much. Like, the one thing I would say that was like, that made this probably a little too overwhelming for me on a first pass was just how loud everything felt to me. Um, we talk about dynamics on the channel a lot, the idea that some instruments they can start like smaller in different places in the song, and then as you progress things get louder and you kind of ebb and flow with the emotionality in any moment of the song. The issue with having really powerful sounds throughout the entirety of the mix is that if you don't pull it back down, it just becomes like this just overpowering force. So that would be the one, I guess, like preference that I would have is if some of the instruments got turned down a little bit so that I could hear more of the melody from each rather than the big wall of sound. But that said, I think the style leans into the flamboyancy, leans into the theatricality. It is almost like a version of what you hear in a Queen song, just with more of a uh, more mainstream pop polish. And I wasn't sure like what instrument was the main driver of the melody because I felt like it kept changing. Um, I probably have to like listen back again to the song just to like cleanly articulate which instrument, if it was just one, had the dominating melodic lead. But by the time we got to the piano and then the cool stuff that was happening there, I didn't have a chance to like comment on it as it was going on. But by the time we got to the piano, it felt a lot like what you kind of get in a Billy Joel track, where it's very piano driven with the chord progressions you follow suit, then the brass and the strings all come together in this like climactic moment. Um, but wow, I feel like I need to take a shower after that song. Just so much happened to me, and it's like stuck to my skin now. I can still hear the melody in my head. Let's reset and check out the next song here. This is All the Nasties.
If it came to pass that they should ask, what could I tell them? Would they criticize behind my back? Maybe I should let them. Oh, fond of them.
You know what's funny is like the other song was named a ballad, but it was like the loudest ballad I've ever heard, and this song, not titled anything ballad related, sounds more like your typical ballad.
Oh, if only then and only then they would understand. They turn a full-blooded city boy into a full-blooded city man.
Choir? I will never be able to predict what he throws our way.
If they could face it, I could take it in their eyes. Oh, I know I'd make it. The tiny minds and sacred cows.
Oh, wow, nice run there.
Just fake it. Oh, if only then and only then they would understand. They turn a full-blooded city boy into a full-blooded city man.
All right. I mean, he has so much in his tool belt.
But I know
Jesus.
the way they want me.
Whoa, what a
and the way
change.
they publicize. If they could turn the focus off to the image in their eyes, maybe it would help them understand. Maybe it would help them understand.
Understand what?
Maybe it would help them understand that a full-blooded city boy is now a full-blooded city man.
Kind of like, you don't have to justify who you are to anybody else, but it's this idea that like, hey, I am here, I was one way and now I'm another, and if you don't support me through all versions of me, then, you know, peace be on you, but I am not going to diminish myself to be something that I'm not. I've gone from the farm boy to the city man, and that is my growth. Judge me however you'd like. I'm going to keep doing my own thing.
The city man.
So this is a beautiful album cover, I gotta say. It's a nice color. When you compare the dynamics and the volume in this song to the previous one, we are really reserved here, subdued.
Oh my soul, 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 oh my soul.
Wow. I like how the bass is a bit pronounced here. And looping it, but adding to it each time. Wow, smart. Yeah, I get why he's called an amazing songwriter. Or one of the best ever, frankly. Jeez. He just knows how to pull the right lever to just add to what already is great. Panning too. Have you been paying attention to the panning? It just became very obvious to me there, but vocals appear to my left that weren't there at all before. More and more. God. I feel like we just ended with this like climactic sermon and the slow rise of that melody because it was just getting repeated, right? But repetition after repetition came with it layer after layer that added to this gradual intensity, sort of like the ocean floor rising a little bit, causing the sea levels to rise, and the boats all rise, and then the people living on the coastlines, their houses are now no longer. It just felt like that slow rise all the way up instead of an approach that would be very loud and in your face like we had in the first song. And I think out of the two, I think I preferred All the Nasties because of its more measured approach to growing the intensity of the track. Um, and maybe it's just a matter of like the order in which I hear the music because when it comes to like hearing a new artist for the first time or just a new song from an artist you're familiar with, there's no right or wrong way to listen to music, but the order of what you discover ends up shaping a bit of what you think you prefer from them versus what you don't. What I liked about Elton John from the first track that we had, the ballad, there was a lot of dynamics, a lot of instruments, and so much was to be enjoyed in terms of the intensity. But the fact that we pulled it all the way back here with All the Nasties and grew it like a church choir might felt way more satisfying to me maybe after the fact because again because of the ordering of my listen. That said, like had I still listened to All the Nasties first, I may have preferred it. So the counterbalancing there, it's not the most important point in the world, but you know, it's interesting to me. That's why I bring it up. I will listen to a lot more Elton John. The problem is for me, I don't know really what direction to go with this man because he has such a wide discography and you guys have all of the different preferences as it relates to which direction to go. So if you yourself are interested in sending this reaction channel down the Elton John rabbit hole, you can send a reaction request my way using the first link in the description box below. But I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you all for watching today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.